Yo, what's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your boy, Coach Dante, in the fucking building with you guys. Today, we have the Fadeaway Podcast, man. A lot of playoff matchups heating up in the middle of first round playoffs right now. So, got some great group of guys, great guests right here. Got the man Money
Ain't
Maker.
no great guest over here, Dante. You a Philly scammer, man. Get out of here.
Hey, they win in 5-4. They win in 5-4. I told
No,
you.
they're
You know why
down.
we winning 5-4?
They're down,
Because your
Dante.
ass ain't there. That's why.
They're down now.
How's it? That ain't my fault.
They're
It
down.
is your fault for
No,
being
wait,
on
they're
there.
up. They're up
If-
9-4. My bad. Phillies are up.
If Key was on there by herself, you said that the Phillies would be losing if Key was up there by herself.
Hey, coach, they were winning 3-2 when I got off. Before I
Whatever.
started.
We're up
Yeah,
9.
3-2. I got off.
I guess. Whatever.
We're up
Go
9-4.
So we do got Money Making mention Coach Spotlight, man. How y'all doing, man? How's playoffs been going for everything, man?
It's been going
pretty
good.
good.
I
It's
got to
pretty
call
good,
the best
man. I
game
can't-
of the
I can't be
playoffs.
mad.
Brooklyn and Boston. That game was insane. I can't wait for game 2.
Yep.
It was the scream for me. That scream was freaking hilarious. Dude.
I mean, come on. What are the odds that Jason Tatum gets the ball, spins around Kyrie and lays it up as the timer goes off?
I know I was actually watching it while the
Mhm.
USFL was on timeout, and I was like, "Holy fucking smokes, man! Holy smokes!"
Yep. So we got some game recaps we need to go on from yesterday. So we got Miami taking the 0-2 series lead, 115-105 against the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks last night. Jimmy Buckets was on cruise control throughout this whole game. He had 45 points last night. Matthew Scrooge with 14, Adebayo with 9 points. And you had Gabe Vincent coming off the bench, giving you 11. Tyler Hero giving you 15. By the way, DeLon Wright, you have Bogey giving you 19, giving you 29 points. Trae Young, 25, 2 for 10 from the 3, 10 of 20 from the field overall. 16 points for DeAndre Hunter and 13 for John Collins, but that was not enough. So they will be down 0-2 going into Atlanta. And you got the blowout beat down, the game that I pretty much had. I've been getting beat downs all in the first playoff round. So far I've been getting number beat downs. But Ja Morant and Memphis Grizzlies 124-96 over the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards 20 points. Karl-Anthony Towns was held in check 15. Really nobody showed up in game number 2 for Minnesota, but you did have Jaren Jackson Jr. 16 from Memphis. You had Brandon Clark come off the bench 13, and you just had Ja Morant 23, 10, and 9, and Desmond Bane 16 points. And the nightcap of the game, Phoenix Suns lost Devin Booker. They lost Devin Booker to a hamstring injury. He's going to be out for some time. And
What I'm hearing is only like 3 to 4 games. Is from what game 3 and game 4 is the only 2 that he missed.
And you got the Pelicans winning 125-114. Willie Green out coaching Monty Williams right there. Out coaching Monty Williams in game number 2. You have Brandon Ingram, 37 points last night. Herbert Jones, the rookie, 14. Valanciunas, 10 and 13. McCollum, 23 and 9 for CJ McCollum. Larry Nance Jr., 13 points last night. You have a variety of guys stepping up for the Pelicans, while you had Mikal Bridges with 19. Aiden just had 10 points. Chris Paul had 17. Devin Booker had 31 before he even got injured. And you had Cam Johnson 11. You had JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee had in double figures. So
I have a question though.
Go ahead.
I gotta ask this question.
Go ahead.
Why in the hell Devin Booker is not in MVP consideration? Why he's not a finalist for MVP? Please.
I mean, you can say that about a lot of players, though. You can say that about Tatum.
Like who? Who else is down the stretch in the last 2 months outside of Jokic and Embiid? Who's played better than Devin Booker, averaging 33 points a game in the last 2 months?
I mean, you can argue Tatum because they took him. I mean, look, he was down there, and now they finished what? What seed? 3?
What up? What up?
4.
Let's
You
just
can
be
talk
realistic
about
here.
Jason Tatum. He
Let's
has
be
a mark
realistic
for
here.
that.
Is Jason Tatum averaging 33 points a game in the last 2 months?
No, but look at the record that they had during that span.
Which I could completely understand that. But Devin Booker has been playing like this, not averaging 33 points a game all year, but he had a better year than Jason Tatum this year.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, if you want to
I
look at
agree with you.
the
But I'm
overall
just saying
season,
Tatum should be in that conversation as well.
who?
Jason Tatum. And you could also say John Morant to an extent.
I'll put John Morant over Jason Tatum because Jason Tatum didn't look good in that first half of the year.
First half? Okay, I was just talking about the second half after the All-Star break.
But we're talking about if you want to look at an MVP, right? You want to look at an MVP from beginning to end. When did Devin Booker slack at all in this season?
I mean, again, also, I mean, if you take in consideration of how the team is doing and why is a player struggling, you can take in consideration. But Phoenix has been the best team all year long. They has been the best team all year long. Phoenix rarely struggled with anybody last year.
And
he's
been consistent all year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. He's been consistent all year. If you want to put the top 3 in there, it should be Joel, Jokic, Booker. If you want to go off strictly consistency, but me personally, I feel like Jokic should not be in there because he had a terrible first half. He started to get better after the All-Star break. Joel Embiid, consistent all year. The reason why they probably won't give it to him because of he sat out because of COVID, of course. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm sorry, but Devin Booker should be at least a finalist.
Yeah.
A finalist in this MVP. I just wanted to throw that out there.
No,
I ain't going to cut you off, Dante.
I have a question about that. Would you have Giannis over Booker? Would you have Giannis over Booker for MVP consideration?
But the thing about it is, though, I think they just trying to say, oh, the big men are back in the NBA. That's what I think the NBA is trying to push. Because Giannis, he's an MVP caliber player. But I feel like Devin Booker had a better year. I
agree, but I'm just saying Giannis had a pretty damn good year as well.
Team, I don't think they got any. Their seeding didn't get no lower than 3.
Phoenix or Milwaukee?
Phoenix. Their seed never got lower than 3. They always been the top team in the West coming into this season. I just feel like Milwaukee. When it comes to the Eastern Conference, when it comes to Milwaukee, when it comes to Philadelphia, when it comes to Chicago, when it comes to them teams, I still feel like the East is a bit weaker than the West.
It is.
No, it is. It's very much weaker than the West.
It's easier for players to get that MVP. I think it's a bit easier for Joel Embiid to get it. I think it's easier for Giannis to get it. But for Jokic to be a finalist, I don't think that should be. That's just my opinion.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad because Jokic is a finalist. I mean, but I'm looking at when I look at Jokic, I look at the way struggles happen. I look at who Jokic is playing with, and having Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. out, that hurts Jokic. That actually hurts Jokic. If you look at the way they played, so we go back that first month and look at why is he struggling. Look at why is he struggling now. Will Barton, Will Barton can score in spurts. Outside of Jokic, who can you go to on this team to get Denver a basket? But look at how Golden State is playing. Look at how Golden State is playing this guy. They're doubling him, so they're going to make it hard for him. Nobody else literally can score on the Denver Nuggets. Now, Joel Embiid is the MVP. That's no doubt. I'm giving Joel Embiid an MVP.
I just feel like with Joel Embiid, he's doing it without an actual shooter because James Harden. I'm definitely going to get into James Harden.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm definitely going to get into James Harden today. I got some shit to say about him on here.
Oh yeah.
But James Harden has not been his best in his playoffs, as typical James Harden that we see in the playoffs. He hasn't been his best. He has been a great facilitator, but as far as scoring the basketball, he has not been great. Now,
I got something to add to that, but we're getting to that later.
a backup big man. We miss Andre Drummond, and I'm just going to be honest. We miss Andre Drummond as a Philadelphia 76er as a backup big man.
Okay.
Paul Reed is good, but he's inexperienced.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. He's good, but he's inexperienced. So Joel Embiid is playing with a bunch of bench players that can't really do enough for him without him being on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a Devin Booker that played with the Suns that missed Chris Paul in the beginning of the second half of the season with a hand injury. So just because Jokic is playing without his players,
I'm just saying Devin Booker should be in out. Devin Booker should be in out. I'm just making a case for Jokic because having Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. out, that hurt him. That hurt him. But I'm also.
But he did that last year. He did it last year without him.
He did it last year without it, yeah. But in playoff time, they were able to adjust and stop it.
Didn't he get past the first round?
Like that.
They got past the first round, right?
I believe they got because they played Portland. Portland is garbage.
Because they played Portland because Portland is trash. They are garbage.
Portland is garbage. Portland is garbage.
I'm just asking if they got past.
I agree with you on Devin Booker. I agree with you on Devin Booker because even with Chris Paul out, the team was still great with Devin Booker in the lineup. The team was still able to.
So is Jokic? So is it Jokic, Embiid, and who's the third person for the finalists?
For you, it's Giannis.
Why John Morant? See, you see
John Morant
the
is
pattern?
most improved.
You see the pattern. It's nothing but big men in there. Where you had John Morant that have been consistent all year. I understand he missed games due to injury, but when he came back, that team was thriving without John Morant. And John Morant came back. He just made that team even more better when he came back.
Yeah.
Yep. Now there's another guard you guys are forgetting, but he did get injured. If he did not get injured, he will be an MVP discussion, and that's Stephen Curry. In the beginning of the year, without Clay, he was falling out.
Until he got hurt.
If Curry did not get injured, Giannis would not be in there.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this. I think Curry will be out of it because he started struggling. He was struggling. He was struggling before he got hurt. He was struggling before he got hurt.
He was struggling that bad though.
He was struggling.
He wasn't that bad.
He was struggling bad. I believe he was struggling bad. He couldn't shoot.
I don't know.
At all.
I don't think he was struggling that bad, in my opinion.
They lost by at least 6 in a row when he was on the court. They were struggling actually bad when that dude.
But you got to think about it. You got to think about it too, though. He's playing without Clay. And like Clay,
didn't Draymond get injured too?
No, he was playing without. They were just playing without Draymond.
First time in a while.
They were just playing without Draymond
at the same time.
They were just playing without Draymond. That was it. Now Curry. Now, matter of fact, it is a point. It is a point because Klay Thompson was out for some games. They were resting him. They were healing him too. They were trying to rest him. They weren't trying to keep him going and stuff like that. So that did play up. They did play a factor as well. So yeah, we do got some preview of the games that we slated games that we got tonight and some variety of topics we do got to get in, which is we got a 6:00 start. We got game 2 of the Eastern Conference first round, which is the Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. You had the Boston Celtics winning on the game-winning layup by Jason Tatum. You have the Philadelphia 76ers going into Toronto to play the Toronto Raptors from game 3. Sixers looking to go up, take a commanding 3-0 lead. And you got the Bulls and you got the Milwaukee Bucks in that game. So that's the slate of games we got tonight. And we already know what we're gonna go to. So
can we go to them picks and predictions though? Because I really want
to go ahead. Let's just do that first.
Let's get to the picks and predictions for these games here. And Brooklyn Nets versus the Boston Celtics. That was a great game. Mitch called it. It was a great game.
You're just laughing.
It was a great game. Well, I got the shitty Miami game, but you got a shitty Miami game too last night. So
Jimmy Butler dropped 45. So
it doesn't matter if Jimmy Butler dropped 45. It was still a boring game because the Hawks.
I've been getting blowouts. All playoffs. The only good game I got.
The Hawks cannot.
I got the best 2 games so far. I got the Raptors and the Sixers, and then I got the Boston.
The only good game I got was Dallas. The first game 1. That's the only really good game I got.
I got a good USFL game. Then I got Miami and Atlanta Hawks. Shit, listen.
Lose, you lose. Sorry,
but like I said, like Atlanta cannot compete without Capella. They can't compete. once Capella, and I don't think he's coming back for this series. I just don't think they have enough firepower. And I'm gonna just be completely honest. Trae Young was they frustrated the shit out of Trae
Young. They clamped him down.
That's why this Miami team is the best team in the East, and I'm just being completely honest.
But I'm gonna go to finals.
But Boston and Brooklyn, this is going to be another hard fart game. I feel like Kyrie Irving got fined $50K for the middle fingers and telling somebody to suck SMD, if you know what I mean.
My goodness.
SMD. If y'all know what SMD is, y'all definitely need to go look.
Yeah,
but I'm taking Boston, man. I am taking Boston. I think it's when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets, I just think they don't have enough to obtain Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. I don't know what my mom is yelling for. I have no clue. I don't know what my spotlight is yelling for. And who's you talking to, Mama? Oh, I don't know. She on the phone, but like I said, Boston, Daniel Tice is definitely a big piece of this offense and defense side of the ball. Al Horford still doing it. I think he's just meant to be a Boston Celtic. I don't care what nobody say. He came to Philadelphia, he went to OKC, and he didn't thrive. When he comes back to Boston, he goes back to the old Al Horford. He's meant to be a Boston Celtic. Simple as that. So I got Boston winning. I think Jason Tatum has a great game. Jaylen Brown has a great game. But I think the bench is going to be the reason why Boston Celtics takes a 2-0 lead, because Brooklyn does not have a bench, and that bench is not going to help them at all. Now that you had Andre Drummond starting, have him in the starting lineup, that was your bench. Where is the Blake Griffin of the world? Where is the LaMarcus Aldridge of the world? Where is all these players that you went out and got?
They're too old.
They're new. They nowhere to be found. You could put out an APP for them, or they had an AA meeting or something, because I don't know where the hell they at. So I'm taking Boston here. I'm taking Boston, and Mitch, you might not like this, but I'm definitely I think the Sixers drop one tonight.
I can see that. I can honestly see that.
I think Toronto wins game 3. No Matisse Thybulle on the defensive side of the ball. You can't trust Danny Green when it comes to shooting the basketball. The only way we could win this game is James Harden play defense and he puts up at least 25 points. That's the only way we win this game. We know Joel Embiid is going to do his numbers. We already know that. I just feel like going up into Toronto with that hostile environment, I got a feeling that we can, if we drop one. But in a way, I'm thinking like if this bench, if our bench like Niang can show up, and Shake Milton can show up, and Tyrese Maxey gotta be another one that got us all three. Embiid, Harden, and Maxey. That's in the starting lineup. Gotta show up in this game for us to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if we drop this one. So I think the Sixers drop this one here without Matisse.
Okay. I won't be mad.
And the Bulls and the Bucks. I think the Bulls still won. I think they still won in Milwaukee. Wow. I think they still won in Milwaukee because I feel like they made a bad move. If you look back at the game, they made a bad move in the fourth quarter when they took Caruso out. And when they took Caruso out, it kind of helped. It kind of like left their defense like, damn. Kobe White looked good. I'm so happy he cut that damn fro off because he looks good playing basketball without that damn fro. I'm gonna just be honest. But Kobe White looked good, and DeMar DeRozan gotta make those mid-range jump shots. He missed a lot of wide open mid-range jump shots, and I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks is not really a goddamn threat. It's just Giannis that make them look good. You take Giannis off that team, they're not shit. They're not shit. And I think the Bulls are a more complete team when it comes to the starting five-wise. They're more of a complete team than the Milwaukee Bucks. If you take Giannis off that team, Brook Lopez, nothing. Chris Middleton, he can't carry a team. Who else do you have?
He can step up when it matters. He can definitely step up. We've seen that.
Step up when it matters, but if Giannis right now was, God forbid, done for the playoffs, you think Chris Middleton can carry them through the playoffs? Absolutely not.
Drew Holiday can step up too.
Yeah, but I don't think Drew Holiday is one. Drew Holiday is not one of those guards that he can't be a leader that could take over a game. That would they'll miss if Giannis was hurt. They don't have nobody that could take over a game, and that's what I think I like about more of the Chicago Bulls. The only thing that's hurting Chicago Bulls is Vucevic. If Vucevic could get a little bit more aggressive in the paint with Giannis and stop being bullied like you've been doing in game one, you'll be fine. But I feel like the Bulls, they lost a close game in game one. I think they know the recipe of beating the Milwaukee Bucks. And that's just the thing is, let Giannis go off. I don't care if you let Giannis go off. It's the supporting cast you can't let go off. So I think with LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Caruso, and hopefully, I don't know where the hell Lonzo Ball is, but they're missing him badly right now.
He's still injured.
They're missing Lonzo Ball so badly. I think this series would be looking different if Lonzo Ball was not hurt. So I'm taking Chicago Bulls here to take game 2.
All right, Mitch, what's your predictions? Who you got winning who you got?
So for the first game was the Nets and Celtics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got the Nets. I hate saying that, and I truly believe it because I know for a fact KD will not shoot as bad as he did in game 1. I know he won't do that. He's probably going to put up 40. I can really see him putting up 40, and I can see Kyrie putting up 30. So once those two gets hot, it's pretty much game over. I'm just saying that right now. KD can't match. He can do better. Mark my words. And for the Sixers, I got the Sixers winning this one, and I have them losing in the 4th game. But for this game, I have them winning because we already see what they're doing to try to stop Joel Embiid. And what is that? Be physical. Foul him. Is that working? No. Tobias Harris, he's been playing well. Really well on both sides of the ball. He's put up 20 points the last couple games. He's been clamping down, passed out Siakam, which I really love to see. And Tyrese Maxey's been going off. In my chats, people call him Maxey Iverson. Like, this guy can put up points at any given time, and his 3-point shooting is key. He jumped from like 31% last year to 43% this year in 3-point shooting, which is unfreaking believable.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to James Harden, I do want him to score like 20 to 25, don't get me wrong. But once the other guys get going and James Harden can facilitate and get that double-double we know he can get, I think we'll be fine. Because he doesn't have to carry this team like he did in Houston. Houston, he had to put up. Dante, am I wrong? He had to put up like 40.
He carried us for a decade, 10 years. He carried us for a decade.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to carry us here. He doesn't have to be that main guy. That's what Joel is for. Maxey, you can argue, being the second option right now, you can argue Tobias Harris should be 3rd or 4th. It depends on whoever gets the hot hand. So I'm going Sixers here, and the Bulls and the Bucks. I got the Bucks. I got Giannis going off, and I don't know if they can contain Giannis. Maybe the bend. I mean, I got the Bucks winning that one.
Yep. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Nets. I'm gonna go Nets in game right here because if the Nets can keep the game close, I think it works in favor for Kyrie and Kevin Durant. If they can just keep the game close like they did last time, like they came back. No, and it was 2 possessions that they lost that they should have won on. Kyrie Irving gets hot. He did not pass the ball to nobody with about like 30 seconds left, and then they end up not getting a shot up. It's 2 possessions within a minute. They didn't even get a shot up that they should have got a shot up. The Nets keep the game close. I believe it works in favor for the Brooklyn Nets if they can keep it close, if they can just keep it close. But if it's in a double-digit land, then Boston's going to run away with the game. I think Boston's going to win the game. But if the game was within 5 points in the 4th quarter, I believe the Nets, that's right there in the Nets range where they can easily squeak it out. Now we go to the Sixers. And I'm in between. I want to go with the Raptors, but having Scotty Barnes out, having him out, and who's been a great rookie all year, I want to go with the I'm gonna go with, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Sixers until the Raptors show some resistance right now, because it looked like the Sixers are a flat out better squad right at this point. They're a flat out better squad, and then they haven't. The Raptors hasn't played any type of defense in this round at all, and showed no efforts that they can stop Joel Embiid inside. And then Tobias Harris, which is my dark horse, is going off right now. And Tobias Harris, I'm telling Mitch, I think you're a little bit too hard on Tobias Harris, and I'm gonna tell you why.
The Sixers fans has been hard on Tobias Harris all year.
I'm gonna tell you why.
All year.
He's a fourth option. He's not a second or third option. He's a fourth option. It depends on how he plays. He's been the third option so far, but he's a fourth option. He's behind Joel Embiid. He's behind Max. He's behind Harden. He's a fourth option, so he doesn't have many opportunities. He's got to pick his spot. So his games, he is going to struggle at times because he's a fourth option. So he got to pick his spots. He got to pick his spots where he could score and where he can shoot. So now he's turned into a kind of a spot up at times where Harden is on the floor, and when Harden is off the floor and Embiid is off the floor,
he could be that number one or number two.
He could be that number one or two option.
Harden is off the floor.
When all of them is on the floor, he's number 4. So kind of everybody kind of a little bit too hard on him. The guy averaged 17 a game on 36% 3-point shooting. That's pretty solid. That's solid. Man averaged 19 last year. So again, we got to cut him some slack a little bit, because he's not if he was a second or third option, then you can go crazy over that. If he's performing like that, second and third option, you can go crazy. But he's a fourth option now. So I mean, he's giving you 20 points a game and being the third option in the playoffs when you need it the most. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that is solid. I totally agree with you there. But my main problem with Tobias Harris during the season is that I don't know if this was coaching or whatever. It was him in the ISO. I could not stand that. He's not an ISO player. He is the guy for a catch and shoot and get into the right spot. And Tobias Harris right now, I love Tobias Harris right now.
I kind of disagree, because when he came over in that trade, he was an ISO player.
Yep.
When he came over from the Clippers.
You mean when we had Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He was averaging.
He was an ISO player.
And think about it, Coach. When he was with the Clippers with Doc Rivers, he had his best season, 20 points per game.
The man could score because he didn't have nobody else.
Yes, he didn't have Jimmy Butler. He didn't have all these guys. Now he has to adjust when you go out and get a Jimmy Butler. He has to Now you bring in Harden, and now you got Maxey averaging 19 points a game. He's a fourth option now.
Yeah.
He's not by himself.
I'm fine with that.
He just has to Tobias have to find his way in his system. He has to find his way in this system. And I think he's finding his way and he's getting comfortable now. But at the same time, you got to look at what James Harden is doing as a facilitator. James Harden is not forcing it. He's actually giving the ball up. And that's what I kind of like about James Harden. But it's other things that I want to get on about James Harden, though. It's not just that. I just feel like, and I'm gonna just pull the cap.
Go ahead.
If nobody else noticed, James Harden don't have no legs no more. You can see it in this jump shot. He has no legs, none, because every time he shoots, where does the ball go? In the front or the back of the rim? That means you don't have no legs. You're shooting. You're shooting with no bounce. You're not shooting with no flow. You think about this, and James Harden has to fail to realize you're gonna have to make some adjustments to your offensive arsenal, because they know when you put that ball between your legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, step back, shoot. They know that.
That's predictable.
It goes in though. It still goes in. It still goes in.
The moment he do that, I can predict it.
Once he start putting it between his legs.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step back with the right, come with the left. Because he's a left-hand shooter like me. Boom.
Yep.
I could do that shit in my sleep right now.
I need to see tape of that.
Predictable it is, and that's why James Harden needs to get in the gym and start getting some new moves. I don't know why he stepped away from doing his Euro step, because that's what made him famous. Where he's over exaggerating. Why you stop doing that? Because now you're relying on a three. Come on, James Harden. Like, I know that you're a great player, and I respect you as a player. I really do. But your arsenal is too fucking basic and predictable. And that's why you're not scoring the way you're scoring, because you're not getting a jump when you make your jump shot. You're not getting under your legs at all. When you see him jump, he barely jumps. You're not making shots if you don't barely jump. And you think you can just come down and run into someone and think you just going to get that foul every time. You're not. So just like Key might not like this, and Mitch might not like this, but James Harden is looking like Roman Reigns out there.
Oh, not a comparison.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Roman Reigns only had 5 moves in WWE.
Okay, now you can say James Harden
only got 5 moves in the NBA. And all those moves are predictable. That's the comparison between James Harden and Roman Reigns.
I thought you used John Cena for that.
John Cena's but we talking about somebody that's active. John Cena's not
okay,
active.
Fine.
So Roman Reigns and James Harden, they're active right now. So the new James Harden is in the NBA. Yes, I feel like it might be a conspiracy, but where is the James Harden of the MVP? I think this James Harden is cloned. I don't give a shit what nobody say. He's cloned.
What about the hamstring? Everyone's talking about this hamstring. Is that the reason why he's not getting enough jump in his shot?
I didn't even know he had a hamstring injury.
It's the same one that's been happening since Brooklyn last year. It still lingers.
Well, if you know,
that same exact one.
If that's the case, then don't shoot the basketball. Be more of a facilitator. If you're open, then make the shot. But don't be mind you, because hamstrings, when you putting the ball between your legs, that's working on your hamstring. So if you're dribbling the ball 8 times between your legs and you already aggravating that hamstring, and then you have to step back, which that put more on your quad and hamstring, then you have to lift up and shoot the ball, that all goes into your hamstring. So you're doing too much to re-aggravate that. Yep. That's all I wanted to say about it. That's a few things I wanted to say about James Harden.
Is it really like, do you really think he has a hamstring though? Because if he has a hamstring, you cannot be playing up under those hamstring conditions. You seen Devin Booker been out with, if you're a tough player, you could play. Chris Paul played through a hamstring injury when he played against San Antonio a couple of years back in the Western, when he was with the Clippers. He played through one game with the hamstring injury. He was out the next series versus Houston, came back in game 3. Do y'all really think
it really depends on how severely the hamstring is? Because Chris Paul was able to play through it, but it wasn't as bad to a point where he had to sit out.
Yeah.
I mean, Devin Booker's out. Devin Booker's out with his hamstring.
He has a sprained hamstring though.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was sprained. I didn't know that.
A sprained hamstring is it's almost like a pulled.
Yep.
It's almost like a pulled hamstring. And when you pull that bad boy, because I'm a former basketball and football player. When you pull that bad boy, dumb things are no joke. They take weeks to heal.
Mm-hmm. You got to get rest. You got to sit out and rest.
You got to rest. You got to keep it loose, because if it tightens up on you, a pulled hamstring feels like a Charlie horse. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
the Charlie horse goes away. That hamstring pull stays, and you got to keep it loose, because if it's tight, bro, you're gonna be in pain. You need to take some 800 milligram ibuprofen and Tylenol PMs all night. I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
Shit. Yeah. So we got the Ben Simmons clear.
Wait, you didn't give your pick to the last game, Dante.
Oh, I got the Bucks. Okay.
I ain't even giving the Bulls a chance, bro.
No, I got the Bucks.
No, I am.
I gotta see the Bulls. Someone else gotta step up. DeMar DeRozan them going 8 for 25, and Zach LaVine just jacking up shots. That's not gonna get it done against.
I think DeMar DeRozan changes that.
He needs to change. He needs to change that.
I think DeMar DeRozan gets about 35 tonight.
That's too many bricks. That's too many bricks throwing up there. That's too many bricks they throwing up. Back to back. So Ben Simmons is clear for practice against the Brooklyn. Hey, I didn't make it up. I didn't make up the list.
Why?
How much benefit does he give Brooklyn?
Nothing.
I didn't say that.
Next subject. He's not going to play in these playoffs.
He's not playing at all. Steve Nash actually came out and said he doesn't believe that he's going to play.
He's not going to play.
He's not. Next.
He's not going to play. Kay, I'm going to kick your ass for this goddamn topic because he's not going to benefit shit until next season.
He might not even play next season.
He talking about this back, this. He's supposed to be, for what I've heard in the play, he was supposed to be back in this series for game one, and then they pushed it back. Stop babying this little light-skinned mother effer.
You were supposed to play
video games all goddamn day. It looked like a goddamn Crayola crayon on a bench. No. This was the hell out of
the outfit he was wearing was made of lamb.
My God.
Lamb.
He's not playing. If he plays a game this year, I will be shocked. You know what? If he plays a game this series, every time all right, I'm gonna do this and make sure y'all screen record this, right?
Oh shit. Wait, can we give you full screen?
Don't give me full screen. Just say if Ben Simmons plays at least one game in this playoffs, one game, no matter if they advance or not, one game. Each time the Eagles make their draft pick, I'll take a shot.
Uh-oh.
So wait, that's 1, 2,
that's
3, 4.
That's 3 shots. Of anything of y'all choosing.
Wait, I'm confused. That's not 3 shots.
They got 3 first-round picks, right?
We have 2.
They got 2. The Eagles got 2 of them.
We traded with the Saints.
3.
No, they traded 1 with the Saints. They traded 1.
We traded with the Saints.
Yeah, y'all traded 1. Y'all just moved. Numbers, not rounds.
We moved up. We have 15th and 18th.
It's the Saints have 2 first-round picks.
Well, fuck the Eagles, then, man.
Yeah,
fuck
the Eagles and the Saints both have
5th-round picks.
Y'all dummies for giving up a.
We have 3 5th-rounders. We got a 3rd. We got 2 seconds, and we got 2.
Now the Saints got 2 first-rounders. They got 2 first-rounders.
Yeah.
Never mind. Fuck that. On to the next. I thought you had 3 first-round picks. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. So, are you guys, Money Mitch? Are you worried?
Fuck it. I don't care.
Fuck
it.
Money Mitch, are you worried about James Harden? Are you worried about him?
Am I worried about him?
I said my piece. Go ahead, Mitch. I said my piece.
I mean, technically, I did too.
So, are you worried or not, bitch? Are you worried or not?
I'm worried the fact that he gonna jack up fucking threes when he don't need to. That's my problem.
It's like I would love him to score points, but if he's facilitating and Maxey and Tobias and Beat are going off, then I'm okay.
Right.
It's like a give and take.
I just don't want him forcing it. You know.
That's exactly how I feel. So worried. What? Next question, Key. What would be question?
I'm worried that if it is a hamstring, don't dribble between your legs 8 to 10 times and step back and shoot.
Oh, I love calling those. I go tween, step back 3. It's good.
Hey, watch. The next play by play I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like in between the legs, step back 3.
Hey, if this the game, I'm gonna call it out right now. If this the game that James Harden might jack up shots, this the game right here. You're gonna jack them all up.
I gotta the way I just said that, don't that sound like you playing your PlayStation and you just be like up down XXX?
Yeah,
I haven't played 2K in like 5 years.
I just be throwing up shots. I just be throwing them up.
James Harden,
dude, such a shot creator.
Combo.
Like I'm done with 2K.
I just be jacking them over James.
You know how you had the Mortal Kombat combo and it has like up, left, right,
right,
analog, and then you got in between the legs, step back, jump shot, or in between the legs, drive with the left, Euro right, and get the layup. Like a Mortal Kombat combo. Next topic, man.
So
what's with these questions?
Are the Suns in trouble without Booker?
Yes. Yes.
I say no.
When you just, I'm confused. All right.
I say no. I say no because I feel like Monty Williams is going to rally around Chris.
So who's the starting shooting guard then?
You can throw Jay Crowder in now.
You can put Crowder in there,
Well, you got Crowder already out there.
Or what you could do is this. This would make. I don't want this to happen, but I do want this to happen. Why not throw Cameron Payne in there?
Yep. Huh?
Why not throw Cameron Payne in there? That guy is a firecracker when he gets in the game. He changed the whole aspect of the game. Even though you're losing out 30-something points from a shooter in Devin Booker. But one thing about Monty Williams, he knows how to adjust when your players is not on the floor.
Yep.
That's why he is my coach of the year. Because even though that Devin Booker is out, they still got enough firepower. Mikal Bridges can put up 19 points. The only person that really needs to step up is DeAndre Ayton. And Crowder played better last night, but the night before, he had one of everything. Even 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. That shit looked terrible. But
Well, you said that with Ben Simmons. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
And I think Chris Paul is a veteran leader.
Yep.
He's been here. He's done that. He's gonna have this team rally around this Phoenix Suns team. And if that bench can help out that starting 5 for Phoenix, and I got a feeling it might be a cold shooting night for the Pelicans, but I'm not too sure. But I just think Monty Williams is going to make the proper adjustments. I think they might get 1 game out in New Orleans. I don't think they get both. I think they get 1 though.
Yeah.
So you see this series going to 7?
6?
Yes.
Oh, you see you going 7? It could go 7.
I can see it going 6 or 7 due to the fact that knowing that Booker is out, I think it would have been a 5-game series if Booker was here.
Right.
I don't see that now, since he's going to be out game 3 and 4.
Yep. Again, some vlogs already ready for the off season. All the confidence.
I saw that in the Phillies chat too. You giving up on this team a bit too much.
I'm telling you, all the confidence he had throughout the whole season, talking about the Sixers, talking about everybody. He talked
about every team. He talked about every team in the NBA. And now you giving up on a Phoenix Suns.
Now you backed up in the corner a little bit. You backed up in the corner
you don't have a whole full of bench of players, and you got all stars and leaders on your team that can still rally without Booker. Like, come on now.
Yep.
Come on.
I still have the Suns at 6. I got the Suns at 6 now.
Now you backed up in the corner a little bit because
you.
He said. Look at Bobby.
The 4-leaf clover. We got the 4-leaf clover motherfucker in here.
Hey,
yo, Bobby, hope everything's okay with you, bro. Hopefully everything's okay.
That's all me and Bobby talk, man. Bobby,
me too.
Bobby hits me up.
He DM'd me on Facebook right there. I'm like, what the hell?
He always do that.
Hold up. Is it an everyday basis for you?
No.
He does it every day to me. Every day we talk football here and there, but every day he in my inbox saying fuck the Sixers. Every time, just exactly like that. Yeah, Bobby, I'm snitching on you. I don't care.
Bobby.
I don't care.
Yeah, Bobby. That's why them goddamn Red Sox fucking struggling a little bit. At least we got to win a record though. We ain't got no lead.
I can't say anything.
I can't say nothing. I'm a Philly fan. I can't say nothing.
Oh yeah, but you got a coach on the sideline and Monty Williams. You got a coach on the floor and Chris Paul at the same time. Chris Paul, we already seen. Me and Coach, we talked about it. We already seen what Chris Paul can do. How well he changes a franchise. Yep. So Chris Paul been in these type situations before. We rallied a team. He made big shots. To be honest, that game 7, that game 1 was interesting. Pelicans came back. Guess who went off in the fourth quarter? Chris Paul. 17 out of 19. Chris Paul literally saved the Phoenix Suns from a comeback loss. Almost. In that fourth quarter. So Chris Paul knows what it takes. He's a coach on the floor. Monty Williams is a great coach. You have 2 coaches, one on the floor and one on the sideline.
You know what's sad? Adjustments. We had Monty Williams.
Did y'all?
Yeah, we had him as an assistant coach.
You never knew that?
No, I didn't know y'all did.
I think the year that Brett Brown got fired, that's when he became the head coach for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, struggled these nuts. Dante F the Astros too.
Yo, at least we can pitch. We ain't top
You know
five.
what, Bobby? Let me listen. Don't make me change my mind about my pick. I picked the Celtics to beat the Nets tonight. Don't make me change my damn mind now.
And I did pick
the Boston at 7.
I got Boston at 7 though, Bobby. At least I got Boston.
I did pick y'all
to lose tonight. I did pick y'all to lose tonight, Bobby. Though I did pick y'all to lose tonight, but I got.
I thought you had Boston to win in 5.
No, I said I got Boston
winning.
I said I got Boston
in 5. Shit.
No, I said Boston in 7.
Who now?
Yeah, I got Boston in 6 instead of 7.
Yeah, I said Boston in 7. I believe I said Suns in 5. And the only sweep I got is the Bulls getting swept. That's the only sweep I got.
You really think the Bulls gonna get
swept? I got the Bulls getting swept.
I don't have the Bulls getting swept. I got Bucks in 5.
I don't think no team in the playoffs would get swept in the first round. I don't see it.
I don't see it either now, unless the Sixers do it somehow.
Yeah, I don't want the Sixers to play game 6. If they lose, is going to 7. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you right now, if the Sixers play in game 6, that's the same night as the NFL draft.
Well, we won't be doing no NBA games because the draft is 3 days and we gonna be live for 3 days.
Oh, I'm doing the draft on the first day. I'm doing not the draft.
Network. Day 2 and day 3, I'm being with the network. So.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be on here in Spotlight Raiders Talk for the first 2 rounds because the Raiders don't have no first 2 round picks because we got Devontae Adams, so I didn't mind giving up the first and second round picks, and then I'll be on my channel for day 2 and day 3.
Yeah.
Watch for the Sixers go to game 6. I'm doing game 6.
So we have did the Celtics get exposed? How the Celtics got exposed by the Brooklyn Nets?
No.
Wait, huh?
She said, "How the Celtics get exposed?
Have the Celtics been exposed by the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah, have they been exposed?
They won.
I mean, they can win, but you still can get exposed in a way. You can win games.
How would they get exposed? I mean, I feel like Boston got more exposed than
I'm talking about Boston. Yeah, that's what she said. The Celtics.
Than the Boston Celtics.
The Celtics.
You said Brooklyn got exposed.
No, the Celtics. The Celtics got exposed.
No, listen to this.
We knew this all year that Brooklyn could not play defense to say that.
Yeah, we knew that all year.
And that's where the exposure comes in. You get what I'm saying? That's what exposed comes in. I said it in how many Fadeaway Podcast shows that Brooklyn's defense is going to be the death of them not winning a championship. So, come on. Brooklyn has been exposed all damn year. We know the Celtics struggled in the beginning of the year. We know we didn't even think Brooklyn. I mean, not Brooklyn. We didn't even think Boston was going to make the playoffs this year. And the way they made their run to be at the seeding that they at now, I don't see them being exposed at all.
I don't either.
I don't see the Celtics being exposed. I think they're playing good basketball. But you gotta think about it. When they play defense, they plan to get some of the best shooters in the game in Kyrie and Durant. Even if you got good defense on them and they still make shots, you can't do shit about that. I mean, so I feel like it's more Brooklyn being exposed.
Yeah, I'd say Brooklyn. I'm like, what? No, I'm telling you,
crazy. That's look like all the topics that we went through today. All the topics that we kind of.
I got one.
What the hell is Master Bank saying Devin Booker isn't playing, so Pelicans in 5?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised that's you. I wouldn't be surprised.
You must be high on 420 because today is 420.
It is 420. Hey.
I agree. Their discipline and intensity defensively allows teams like the Bucks to go crazy on offense. Yeah, like Brooklyn's child. Man, we ain't gonna get into Brooklyn. Brooklyn. That's why they are the 7. What they the 7th seed?
Yeah, Brooklyn was a 7th seed.
That's why they are the 7th seed and barely got into the goddamn playoffs. And that's what makes me mad about the Brooklyn Nets because you got one of the best guards in the league in Kyrie Irving. You got one of the best shooters of all time. One of the best shooters of all time in Kevin Durant, and that's all you really got.
Yeah. So So, Coach, I got a question for you and Mitch coming up.
I got a question. I'll wait till after.
All right.
I'm scared. What you?
So now it's not. You ain't got to be scared of this question.
Is it a
so no. You got the Grizzlies evening up the series last night. How far do you see this series going? And who you got? Who you got?
To be completely honest, this is the best series. This is the best series in round one. To me. Because
better than Brooklyn and Boston?
Yes, I think it's better than Brooklyn and Boston, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we seen two young stars that's possibly going to take over this league with Trae Young and Luka Doncic, and that is Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards. Those two guys are putting on a fucking show for the NBA. Ja Morant didn't look well in game one, but he definitely showed up in game two. Anthony Edwards still ended with a dub, but he had a wonderful game one.
36 points.
This Timberwolves team is very underrated. And I said it in the beginning of the Fadeaway Podcast when this shit started. I said, watch for the Timberwolves in the playoffs. I said this. I said it. And I think this Timberwolves team is being so underrated. A lot of people is not giving them enough attention. And I feel like the reason why I say this is the best series in the NBA because it's two young teams. They got two young leaders, and they both got one each veteran leader like Valanciunas, and then you got Karl Anthony Towns. And then you got some young pieces around them. You got a Dylan Brooks with a Dylan Brooks on Memphis. You got D'Angelo Russell with the T-Wolves. Like you got a lot of young and kind of mid-tier star power with these teams.
Yep.
And I think they're the most evenly matched teams in this series. I don't think any other team is really evenly matched like these two teams. That's why I feel like Memphis and T-Wolves is the best series so far. Yes, we've seen a great game with the Nets and Celtics in game one. Yes, but if you look at the last two games between the Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies and how physical that game was, that's the best. That's the best series in here, in my opinion.
Key.
Oh shit! Key came in here looking like an eraser head.
Key, that must be a happy face. Phillies won. I told you.
The final score.
Because Dante wasn't there.
Key, y'all was up 3-2 before I even left, right?
It doesn't matter.
It was already winning. They were winning the game before I left.
You left for good, and that's exactly what happened.
So the final score was the Rockies 6, Phillies 9.
They were 9-6, Mitch. Get out of here.
9-1? The Phillies had 9 runs.
No, Coach.
Yeah, they had a 5-run inning in the 7th.
Hold up, wait a minute. Give me a second.
Look at that. See, he talking about me, but look what he doing. Look what go. He's surprised. He even surprised about that.
Okay, you said the Phillies had 9 runs, right? How many homers was that?
It was 4-4. They knocked it wide open in the 7th inning. Today they had a total of 4 home runs today.
Because I seen 2 of them. The home runs.
Did you just take a shot?
I sure did, because the Phillies had 9 fucking runs. Shit.
What's going on, Chad?
Hey, Coach, drink another one for the Flyers.
Fuck no.
If the Sixers win tonight, you got to take a shot.
Something about the Flyers, they get the basement shelf. They don't get bottom shelf.
If the Sixers win tonight, you got to take a shot.
Yo, Key, what's going on, Key? What you
think? With this Ben Simmons topic, yo.
I thought I got hop in for the last couple,
Yeah.
That was a piece of shit of a topic with Ben Simmons.
No, not necessarily. It wasn't. Because we all know we be leadership when we see it. We all know this. But the Nets are struggling on defense. So I just said on defensively, will he be a factor? That's all
He's
I
not going to play at all. That's the problem.
We all know how Ben is.
Ben ain't playing this season. He's done.
He taking open jump shots 5 feet and talking about he's making every shot. Get out of here. I can do that.
He's not going to be playing.
doing close shots that you can make layups. Get out of here! I can do that.
Hold on. How can you make layups when you give up layups?
Who you got winning tonight, Keith? Who you got winning tonight? Sixers, Raptors, Celtics, Nets, and Bulls, Bucks. Who you got winning tonight?
Well, so let's start off with the Nets and Brooklyn. I mean, the Nets and Brooklyn are the same team. The Nets and the Celtics.
I'm about to say Nets and Brooklyn. Like what?
Brooklyn.
If Boston plays how they played game 1, I see Boston going up 2 games. I think Brooklyn will tie it up here. But if Boston goes off like they did before, Brooklyn's in trouble. But I'm gonna say the Nets rebound here in this game. The Sixers and Nick Nurse don't have no answer for Joel Embiid. The Sixers are gonna go up 3 games up. 3 games to none. They go up here. It's a possible sweep. I'm not saying yet because I do got to call game 4 on Saturday, and please God don't give me the horrible ass game for me to be.
I don't want the horrible game tonight.
Raging on at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna say the Sixers get the win. Again, they don't have an answer for Joel Embiid. James Harden right now he's playing okay because he's playing to a point to where he doesn't have to do all the offensive scoring. We know he's in a scoring slump. He's doing what he can. He's facilitating. Everybody else is hot and getting involved. If Tobias stays hot, if Maxey stays hot, you know Joel's going to do what he do. If Danny Green contributes, we're not going to need Harden to score offensively. We're going to need Harden to score in the next round against Miami or the Bucks. This is when we're going to need James Harden to score offensively. We don't need James Harden to beat.
He need legs for him to jump because he ain't got no jump on his shot.
We don't need James Harden to beat the Raptors. We need James Harden when it comes down to either the Bucks or the Nets or Miami, whoever we face in the second round. This is when we're going to need a James Harden. So right now, I'm okay with James Harden scoring the way he is. He's facilitating. But I know we all know it's predictable. James Harden knew he get the dribble and step back. We know that's what he's known for. But if he
did you hear what I said earlier about James Harden?
Huh?
Did you hear what I said earlier about James Harden?
I heard what you said before I had to go back on my stream. I heard you was like whenever it's predictable between the legs, step back 3.
Yeah, but did I tell you that the way is so predictable is like a Mortal Kombat code?
That's like the fatality when you put in the fatality.
It's not even a fatality. Even when you put in a regular Mortal Kombat combo, it's like you dribble between the legs 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step back 3. That shit don't sound like a video game to you. Come on.
So X squared circle
X squared up down analog R1 R2 basically.
So the Nets tie the series. Sixers go up 3 games to 0, and unfortunately the Bucks is gonna go up 0-2.
And Gooley gonna set a fire again. He's gonna set a fire like he did the other night.
He was happy with last night.
The other night though.
Nah, he wasn't that mad. He was just mad.
He wasn't that mad. He was just mad at Damien.
I tried to tell him in the chat. I was like, "Why is Caruso getting out the game when y'all got the momentum?" But they got him on limited minutes. That is the dumbest shit I ever
You can't have Caruso on limited minutes in the
playoffs. You
playoffs.
let him play playoff games. You gotta let him go. You can't let him
play on it for you.
And put him limited minutes.
I thought Damien.
Come on, Billy Donovan.
Has Damien been in the chat? Man. He was on my stream talking about some. Come on, Rockies, y'all need to come back because he was mad because he was mad because the White Sox got beat.
They
by
lost 10-1.
Guardians.
They lost 10-1.
Fuck Damien.
Like I say, we got by in almost 30 minutes before the first game tip off, which will be Boston and Brooklyn.
Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead.
Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to everybody here, including Spotlight Sports Network. The links are in the description. Muchly appreciated.
Man, we got to get to 100. We like 4 or 5 away from 100 subscribers on the
Spotlight Sports streams. Yeah, I'm going to be there live tonight for mine.
Yep. So
be interested. I wish I could be live with y'all tonight, but I ain't doing it. I still got videos to edit that I recorded before.
Coach need doing this. Coach needs.
I just did a Raiders 7-round mock draft. Based off of justblogbaby.com. So that video should be dropping.
I kind of want you on mine so I can hear you say between the legs. Between the legs.
Oh, matter of fact, I might just come into your stream when I know when he bringing the ball up, I might just come in and be like between the legs, step back.
And I'll be like tween, step back.
That's gonna be fun.
So, any final thoughts you guys before we head out? Any final thoughts?
One more.
Go ahead.
The most improved player is between John Morant, DeJounte Murray, and I forget the third one every time. Who's the third one?
Most improved?
Yes. Keep on going to blank. John Morant, DeJounte Murray.
Dude, it's all the time. And you know how many times a day I talk about it and still forget. Hold on.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah. What do everybody thoughts on Marcus Smart being the defensive player of the year? Anybody got a problem with that?
Well deserved.
Okay.
No, that was right. That was the good one.
Okay.
Oh, is it Jordan Poole?
Nope.
How the hell Jordan Poole?
That's what I don't know. I don't know why he's not a part.
It's not Jordan Poole.
If you ain't seen
I'm
Jordan
actually
Poole,
not up there. It's
if you ain't seen Jordan Poole in these playoffs,
it's Darius Garland. Okay, John Morant, Darius Garland, DeJounte Murray.
I'm going for Murray.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at those three. It's because it's really hard to see with the Jordan Poole and Tyrese Maxey. Like it's so many players out there that could have been. I think the finalists should be moved from 3 to 5.
Yes.
Move from 3. I think the finalists should be up to 5 players. That's just me. What's good, Raphael? What's going on, Vic 3? What's up,
guys? Just make sure you hit that like button and share it out.
I had to say Dejounte Murray.
I got it. I'm going with Dejounte Murray, man.
Yes, I have to go with him because like he played on a Spurs team. They got into the play-in. And you gotta say Spurs is always an underrated team when they don't really have a lot. And I feel like he put that team on his back when he was healthy. We all knew what Tyrese Maxey was going to give. I don't know why John Morant was even in most improved player in my opinion.
I don't know either.
I don't agree
because John Morant was a star coming out of college.
He was rookie of the year. How was you most improved? I don't understand that.
And whenever he's not on the floor, they're 20-2. When he's not on the floor.
So what did he improve?
I think the one thing that he did improve, he did have a terrible 3-point shot last year. His 3-point percentage was not that great last year, and I can say that he did improve his 3-point shot.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey went from 31 to 43.
That's almost around the same. That's almost around the same as John Morant, though.
Tyrese Maxey don't play a lot though either though. So when you don't play, when you like last year he wasn't playing as much as he are this year. That's why his 3-point percentage was at 31 because when you're not playing, it's hard to go out. It's hard to get off.
You know why he wasn't playing? We had a certain somebody.
But we all know
if you look at Tyrese Maxey, right? Like he did improve his all-around game. From last year to this year, he did improve that because you could tell when he was coming off the bench, he was a bit uncomfortable. You could see that he plays better as a starter than he does as a bench player. And I think the trade for Seth Curry really opened up that lane for Tyrese Maxey to be a starter in his league. Because if Seth Curry was still here, I think Tyrese Maxey would still be on the bench based off of the bias of Doc Rivers and Seth Curry. That's just me.
And then you and I got into like an argument about Steph Curry starting over Maxey, and we went. Yeah.
So, and another thing is like Jordan Poole could be the most improved player, but we know why they're not going to.
I agree.
It's the Golden State Warriors. They're not going to do it. They're not going to give any more awards to the Golden State Warriors. Yeah. They just.
They're not going to give any more awards.
I love Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole is more than the most improved. I think he's a star in this league.
Yes.
If he go on any other team, he'll be a number one option.
If he goes to a team that needs a number one scorer, Jordan Poole could be that. But I feel like at the same time, if you look at when you fit so good in a system, and you leave to go to another team and it doesn't work out, you're fit to be with that system. And I feel like Jordan Poole fits with the Golden State Warriors.
Yep,
so
he
if
does.
I am Golden State and he's on, I don't know what type of contract he's on, you keep that motherfucker there.
Yep.
Because when Curry is done, when Dre is done, and Clay is done, that's going to be your guy.
Yep.
You forgot about Wiggins.
Don't get me wrong. Wiggins played a good season too.
I don't think he should have been an all-star though.
He shouldn't have. No, he could have been an all-star. He shouldn't have started.
You shouldn't have started.
Thanks to the Warriors fans. You got to blame the Warriors fans for that.
That is true.
The fans be voting.
Yeah,
the fans be doing all that.
The NBA has a certain percentage of the starters, but majority of that percentage really goes from the fans.
Yep.
So that sucks. But I mean, if you look at the first half, of the season for Andrew Wiggins, he was balling.
Yep.
He was balling. So I mean, it reminds me of not to go back to it, but it reminds me of Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons plays so well in the first half of an NBA playoff game. He makes as the first half of the season, and then he makes
everything he can so he can be an all-star.
Flatline.
And then the second half, he stunk it up.
He did it for the last 5 years.
He's the reason why Tobias Harris got snubbed.
The free throw line. By the time the second half come, we was like, "What the hell are you? Why are you shooting 30-something% from the line? This is Shaq numbers. What are you doing?"
Even Andre Drummond shot better than you.
Jacobin at that.
How long y'all have to deal with Ben Simmons? 5 years? 5 years?
That time.
Well, 1 year he didn't play.
He was in the NBA for 5 years. We dealt with him for 5 years.
Damn.
Well, he didn't play.
You still had 5 years. Didn't matter.
Technically, he's been in the league for 5 years and played for 3 because he didn't play. He barely played last year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And he won rookie of the year.
You could get his Kardashian lover ass somewhere else. or Kylie Jenner ass.
You know, it's coming out that we should have got Brandon Ingram, and I seen that. I almost threw my damn phone.
Bro,
let me tell you this. Brandon Ingram had 37 last night. I'm just gonna say that much.
I know the
Lakers.
Lakers all be kicking themselves in the behind.
The Lakers is kicking themselves behind because everybody on the Lakers is damn near that you traded for is in the playoffs besides Kuzma.
That's it.
You're all in the playoffs. All in the freaking playoffs.
Montrez, he's out, but he was in the play-in, but still, he's doing better than the Lakers.
He was in the play-in, unlike the Lakers. They didn't play. They didn't. The Lakers wasn't a play-in. They was a play-out. The fuck.
They was a play way out.
Right.
Kuzma didn't make it, but he got better. Kuzma didn't make it. He got better though. He did get better.
Sure did.
He didn't make it. He got better though. He did.
Absolutely.
He did get better.
But Jordan, Jordan Poole definitely should be most improved. That's another one. 6th man of the year. That's
Tyler Hero all day.
I got Tyler Hero. Hands down. It's gonna be Tyler Hero coming averaging 20 points off the bench.
But think about it. Think about this though. Like it really sucks because that would have been crazy if you would have saw Jordan Poole in both of those categories because Jordan Poole didn't start the full year.
Right.
He came off the bench a lot and put up dubs. I mean, he was definitely if Jordan Poole came off the bench all year and put up the numbers that Tyler Hero, we might be having a different conversation.
Yep. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say one more thing before we end up closing out. If Jordan Poole keep playing like that, how he playing these last 2 games, 29, last game and 30, game 1, I'm telling you, Suns better look the hell out.
You know what I would love to see?
Like that. They better look. They better look out. I'm telling
you. Guard Jordan Poole in the finals. I would love that.
I'm telling you.
You would love to see what now?
You play like that.
I would love to see Maxey guard Jordan Poole and like have a rivalry going with them.
That would be very interesting to watch. Just there, because both of their styles of play is like identical in some ways.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Poole's a little bit taller than Maxey, but
Maxey's quicker.
I don't know. I think they both the same.
Player in the NBA.
I think they both the same. I just think they just play in different styles coaching wise. You gotta think about it. Kerr likes to play have his guards play off the ball.
Yep.
They move without the ball in Golden State. So
that's
that's what gets Jordan Poole and Curry and Clinton open.
Short got almost 3,500 views.
Oh, that one?
Wow.
I got copyright claimed on mine.
I'm just good at what I do, Mitch. Can't be me.
I've done that before. It's not like the first time, but I'm like, what? I got copyrighted for mine? The hell?
It's all good.
And yours has
Yeah, man.
I'll take us out, bro.
Right,
take
man.
us out.
Shout out to everybody that came through, man. It
feels good to me to be talking my shit on here.
He got Coach Spotlight coming in, talking about James
Harden. Debo Samuel to the Raiders.
And you got
no Debo Samuel. We don't have the money for Debo Samuel to the Raiders. Don't start that shit.
Hey, maybe Howard Roseman can give up another 2 first round
picks for your own.
I tweeted out that it's not going to happen.
A first round pick and Jalen Rager. There you go.
Oh shit,
they're not.
You know what's funny though? If y'all trade for Jalen Rager and he has a breakout season with the fucking 49ers,
I'll be laughing. That's why I'll be laughing. That would be funny.
What if he have a breakout season with the 49ers and make the Pro Bowl? I would.
If he go to someone else,
never fails. Whoever leaves Philly always has that type of year or that type of game. So
I'm telling you, Coach, you don't see.
Oh, you know who left? Vinny Curry left.
You gonna see so many Eagles fans, bro, go crazy. If Jalen Rager go out and do that, and be
Alexander, stop this.
I'm telling you
this.
I did gain 2 subs off of that. I'll take that.
Number 1, Alexander.
Oh, you gave your
information enough. I don't think you know your information enough, Alexander. He's only out for game 3 and 4 of the first round.
He's a Cowboys fan. Just ignore him.
Oh Lord, that says
enough. I get Cowboys fans.
That says enough because I don't see. If you want to talk football, I don't see the Cowboys winning 5 games this year.
Ooh.
I see the Eagles winning 10.
I don't see the Cowboys winning 5 games this year. The way they offseason is looking, y'all better do well in the draft to make me change my mind.
Well in the draft, and can the Eagles somehow get Micah Parsons somehow?
Man, you crazy?
Oh, you is smoking crack today.
Oh my goodness.
I love Micah Parsons, man.
I don't know what weed you gave him on 420, but he smoked.
I didn't give him any. Can you imagine Mitch high? That would be hilarious.
I think if Mitch was high, he'll be asleep.
What?
Give him a brownie. He would know what to do with himself. He's like, here, Mitch, it's a brownie. It's gluten free. You can eat it.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to
hell no.
You know Dallas fans are very delusional. You know how we have to watch Dallas's Super Bowl? You gotta go get the VHS shits and look at that shit on the VCR.
Nope, not true. Not true. You know what you can do?
You don't know what a VCR is? Go Google it.
As of right now, on Sundays they show NFL films with Steve Sable. That's how you watch Cowboys championship.
Oh damn! God rest his soul. Steve Sable ain't even around no more. So yeah, you gotta catch shit on reruns on NFL Network.
Oh,
you gotta go to YouTube to watch Dallas' Super Bowls.
I still have mine on my DVR.
Oh my God, you like my mom. My mom still watches the Super Bowl and gets excited every time. Mom, no. Stop watching the Super Bowl, Mom. Stop watching the Super Bowl.
I get nervous each time that last throw goes.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, we got 15 minutes before we get ready for the next game, man.
Who's doing that game with you? It's
I think it's just me. Max had to do something, had some things to do.
God damn it, Max. You talked all that crap about you doing the game.
His lady had off for work today. It's their time to spend together.
I'm playing.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry that I'm single. Shit. I'm sorry that I'm the only one on this panel that probably does not have any type of relations. I'm sorry.
I'm single.
Well, Mitch, we here. Okay. We up here. We keep the lovers on that side.
Yeah. As for Coach Dante, Money Mitch, Key, the boss of the network, the Vince McMahon of the network.
I call him Tony Khan. Like, I don't want to call him Tony Khan.
No, he's not.
Don't keep calling me Vince McMahon. I'm gonna put on my soundboard that you're fired by Vince McMahon. I'm gonna put that on my soundboard. Watch.
He got to put the no chance.
Hey, you need to be saying. You need to be saying. You're fired, James Harden. If James Harden shoot up some more bricks tonight, I guarantee you.
Dak Prescott is better than your favorite player. Oh, I know he bugging down.
He damn sure ain't better than Derek Carr. So,
my friend who's a Cowboys fan, he's like, dude, we're getting another quarterback in the later rounds.
That Prescott don't know how to spike the ball at the end of the clock. Okay.
Well, how you don't know? Say, for instance, you play football all your life.
Timeout flip. Who does that?
You play football all your life and you don't know to get a referee the ball every time you start a play. How you play football and quarterback all your life? You don't know the referee got to set the ball down, got to set the ball on the field. How you don't know that and you play football all your life?
So who's streaming the Celtics in the Nets game? It will be on this channel.
Yeah, I'm doing
it. In about 12 minutes. In about 12 minutes.
And then I will do the Sixers on the Spotlight Sports streams. We need 5 more subscribers over there, y'all. We need 5
more subscribers over there, y'all. So as for Coach,
you see that video I sent you about the oven? Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't see it yet. I saw it come through though.
Oh, trust me, you gonna be like, "Ain't this about a bitch?" You'll be mad. You gonna be mad because
I want to see T's reaction now to that.
If you understand the struggle of cleaning the oven and how simple they make it look in this video, you're going to be pissed at yourself. I'm just telling you.
Oh, because I got to clean my oven now.
You might know how to do it with this video I sent you.
I'm Jay clean up.
It might be easier to break it all apart in the simplest way.
Oh, yeah, hell no, I'm not breaking down my oven.
No, but you got to see how it's broken down. It got like you got to see if you really have like that latch and all
talking about ovens.
Because I sent her Insta reel. That's why.
Oh.
All right, man. We got 12 minutes before we get up out of here, y'all. Let's peace out. This is the podcast. Peace out, y'all. We up out of here. Spotlight Sports Network. Y'all come show some love. Peace out, you guys.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you. And if you in the hot seat, it's times 2. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew. But we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? This is